All right, players, you have 55 minutes. Hi, this is Game Over. How can I help you? So we do have some game, sure, game colors. We do have some of the model colors available, but we are not stocking them anymore. So it's very flat. No, that one is out of stock. Oh, I'm sorry. I should take it out of the gray. I didn't double check that one. And then light gray. Light gray is out of stock. So let me check for dark gray.
Okay, we're here live at Game Ogre here in Thousand Oaks, California for their Star Wars Showdown tournament. We have here on the bottom, we have a Leia red. Then we have Thrawn blue. This is round 2 here. We're going to have 4 rounds for the Store Showdown. I got Leia here with initiative. Thrawn player already has a Boba out.
Okay, cool. And tomorrow? Cool. Sounds good. We'll see you then.
Okay, so it's already taken out. Dealing the 3 damage. Layer being deployed here. Ooh, home one. We have Bentic 2-2, Mace Windu. And a wing leader his layer here, so it's going to be hitting for 5, 5, 6, 6 with raid. Oh. There you go. I just realized the camera's flipped. Entrenched the Leia here. It does get the 3-3, but can't hit the base anymore. Still here in game one here at Game Ogres Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown here in Thousand Oaks, California. Still, this is round 2. Got Aaron versus Dylan. Have Aaron playing the Thrawn blue, Dylan playing the Leia red. Cool to see the Thrawn. I know Thrawn is a pretty... Well, I mean, Leia I know is a pretty aggressive deck. I'm not the most... I'm definitely more casual into the game, but it's cool to see Thrawn being played. That ability to, before regroup phase, to see the tops of both players' decks is pretty... It's pretty good information for the player. It's cool how much that leans into Thrawn's background, with always knowing his opponent's history and or backstory. He's always like a couple steps ahead. Metasarma is just another great card. Just gonna keep bumping up his cards that have attacked this turn. Bentic 2 tubes. He's got a wing leader out. Leia still deployed. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Dylan got rid of the entrenched. Now it's Dylan's turn right now, or Aaron's turn. Pull that as Avenger here. Avenger, 9-drop, 8 and 8. When it's played on an attack and a punch is a non-leader unit, they control to defeat that unit. So at least Dylan's Leia is protected right here, but the Bentic and the wing leader are gonna... It's gonna go with the home one. Home one's a great space unit, or space vehicle. 2/6 Sentinel. When played, it's gonna return a ground unit back to hand. If they choose to. Wing leader gonna do damage here on the Avenger. Never gonna get over the 2 draw. Me personally, that's been something. The ramp up is pretty quick. I can't think off the top of my head. It's too many games that are doing 2 draws per turn. Yeah, Aaron's got 9 resources here. 7 for Dylan. So again here, game 1, round 2, Game Ogres Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown. Oof. That was super laser blast, defeat all units. Just an insane board wipe. Especially late game with the amount of resources they both have. Oof, Mace Windu. I mean, nothing to attack here, so it won't come out ambush. Aaron has taken 21 damage. I believe Dylan has only taken 8 here.
Yeah. Okay.
And that Thrawn ability before regroup is pretty cool. I mean, any information is great, but to see it right before that opponent is going to draw and know what you're going to be drawing into next allows the player to set up pretty well. See, Aaron's got a Dooku in hand. I believe a takedown. I believe he saw as a vigilance. Or actually, I'm not too sure if Dylan has 3 life left. Snowspeeder, ambush here. I'm gonna opt to take out Aaron's Lieutenant Chilton. I should know how to pronounce that. Got Aaron coming here with Bounty Hunter Crew. Another ambush card. Gets to return an event from his discard pile to his hand. I mean, he's gone now, but 26 total damage here on Aaron's Capital City. He took initiative here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Dylan has only the 3 LP left. Sitting on the 7, it doesn't look like Dylan is needed any more than the 7. Aaron here is with the 10. Again, there's that Thrawn ability. And I just realized Aaron has a Showcase Thrawn. Just one of the harder cards to pull from the set. Any Showcase card. Cunning. So good. Just paying the 6. Doesn't matter what that cost is. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any mono decks taking advantage, either in this tournament or just moving forward. Because being able to play those double color aspect cards for just the face value. Ooh, the home 1 going to restore. Oh no, I believe the restore happens on attack. Duh. Interesting. Played nothing from. I'd have to double check. I believe home 1 plays something from discard. Another Super Laser Blast. Gross. I am curious if Dylan had nothing to play from the discard from home 1. Hyperspace A-Wing here. Aaron does still have his took initiative here. Spectral Soldier. I imagine Aaron is hoping to draw something with Ambush. Zeb. Yikes. Each time Dylan is set up to come back here because, I mean, I have 6, 12, 18, 24, 26. There's only 4 attack left. And Aaron has been able to wipe the board each time. I believe that is his 3rd one, though. He'll be out of him. I'm not sure if there's anything Aaron is playing that's going to cycle back discard to his hand. Dylan here sitting with an A-Wing. Only needs the 4 more damage here. Alea Deck did take a 5K, if I'm not mistaken, in Florida. I'm curious if this is definitely I can't say less aggressive just based off of the base alone, but another one that did win was using a Tarkin Town. This Leia is just using a regular 30 base. Aaron taking initiative here again. I believe Aaron only needs to do 3 damage and he'll take game 1 here. If you get something with Ambush, I mean, it'd be over right now. Oh, the Vigilance and the Cunning in that gross. Restoring some health here. Believe now back at 21. Yeah, because he's going to heal 5 damage off of that. Yeah, Fleet Commander hitting for 6. Or giving the General Jadana the extra 2. Still at 27. Crazy the amount of turns here that have passed, and then Dylan has been able to hold on to his 3 LP. The Lieutenant. With the Sentinel, has the 3 blue, so I believe it's going to be buffed up by, yeah. So now it's a 5/5 Sentinel. Only had those 3 in hand. Could have been a 6/6, but still at a 4/4. It's holding on. 6 drop here. Oof. Wow. That was crazy. Because Grand Admiral Thrawn's revealed the top card of any player's deck exalts a unit that costs the same as or less than the revealed card. In beginning of turn, Aaron had already knew what was on top of the deck. So just really cool to see that the Thrawn's ability like come into play here. Dylan does have initiative, but Aaron does have the general out here with Sentinel hitting for 5. It's hitting for 5 defense. I mean, the Gorilla Prod is going to have the grit, but it's going to attack twice. There we go. Yeah, Dylan took, I believe, game one here with. That was that was actually pretty crazy. Hold on. I mean, I believe Aaron used within 5 turns. I believe he used Super Laser Blast 3 times. Again, here at Game Ogres Star Wars Unlimited Showdown or Store Showdown. Still round 2 here. There's gonna be 4 rounds. Everyone's vying to get that Mace Windu promo. Regrouping right here. That was, I believe, just game 1. Can I adjust this? No. The center's gonna get great match so far. I've personally I've played Aaron a handful of times so far. Great Star Wars player. I mean, this is so far only, I believe, my 3rd or 4th time here at Game Over. A really strong Star Wars community here in general. Yeah, they're going on to game 2 here. They're getting ready. A lot of store showdowns have been going in the last 2 months, I believe. There's maybe only 1 or 2 more here in California. I guess Southern California. All right, they're about to start. Let me get back to their gameplay here again. Cool. Again here at Game Ogre for the Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown. Got Aaron playing Thrawn blue, and then we have Dylan playing Leia red. After an intense game 1, I mean, we have 24 minutes in the round. Dylan ended up taking it. I mean, I believe he held on to his 3 LP for about 6 or 7 turns after Aaron had used the Super Laser Blast to clear the board. They had both only had about 3 or 4 LP left, so it was pretty intense to watch that back and forth here. Great gameplay. A lot of that comes from the one action per turn. Bentic 2 tubes here for Dylan. Inferno 4 is what Dylan played for his turn 1. Or first action, I'm sorry. And that Thrawn, you got to see that Thrawn's ability come into play here at that lot in game 1, being able to extend the play. Yeah. And they're just already exhausting the Bentic 2 tubes, saving it from doing any damage here. A 1-cost action. It's such a cool leader here. Gonna take out that A-wing here. Only cracking back for the 1. Takedown. Store promo takedown. Dealing with initiative here. Bentic 2 tubes is what he's got out. Both sitting on 5 resources now. Early on seeing Aaron make use of that Thrawn ability. The wedge. Already deploying Leia here, along with the Bentic. Bentic gives another red unit +2 on after it attacks, or on its attack. There you go, seeing Aaron being able to fatigue the Leia from that Thrawn ability. Bentic hitting for the 2 there. Aaron has his leader, or Dylan has his leader deployed with Bentic and Seb. So on attack, Bentic, there's an opportunity for Zeb to be hitting for, I believe, 7? Well, raid 2. Aaron was able to take a look at the top of the deck. Curious to see if he'll be able to fatigue anything, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe it has to be equal to or lower than the revealed card. Yeah, same or less than the revealed card. No good for me dead there. Play from Aaron. Exhausted unit. Can't ready this round. Including during the regroup phase. So pretty... Aaron doing what he can to keep that Leia out of play here. Does hit for the 4, and then it'll allow the... Interesting. Opting to attack with the Zeb first. Instead, is Bentic 2/2s for Rebels? They're both Rebel. Goes on attack. When Bentic 2/2s attack, it'll give another Rebel unit, or another red unit, if I'm not mistaken, raid 2. Could be that Dylan opted just to do... taking a look at the opponent's hand here. I don't know the name of that card off the top of my head. I know of it being raising in price recently. I believe even just that version of it is like $8-10. And definitely a bit more casual with the game. I understand what are some of the more played decks and or cards, but Aaron still has initiative here. Yeah, still hasn't lost the Inferno 4. I believe it is entrenched. Can't hit the base. Oof. Aaron with the Vanquish there, defeat a non-leader unit. Aaron employing Thrawn now. Looks like Aaron drew into a. Oh no, okay. That was resource. Again, we're here at in round 2 of Game Ogres Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown. We have Aaron versus Dylan here. Aaron using his Thrawn blue. We have Dylan with a Leia red. Dylan was able to take game 1, even though Aaron had used 3 super laser blasts within 3-4 turns. It was pretty insane. Both of them were sitting with like 3 to 5 life points left. Oh, just going straight for damage here. Because right after Leia hits, another rebel unit can attack. If I'm not mistaken, it's the way the deck plays. It's aggressive. It's trying to do as much damage as possible. So only have to handle 10 left. Not bad considering no damage has been done to Dylan's base. But like we just saw in game 1. I mean, it was really drawn out. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Thrawn is more of a control build. What was that? A Power of the Dark Side, if I'm not mistaken. An opponent chooses a unit they control, defeat that unit. Aaron taking initiative here. Dylan is looking like he's in a really great position. Ooh, able to whip out the wing leader. Sabine doesn't have its effect yet because has to be 3 different aspects, and then it can't be attacked. Its on attack effect is what's really good. 1 damage before finishing attack. Then right now, wing leader is getting a 1/1 because of wedge. Look, right now it's going to be Aaron has the option to fatigue anything 6 or below. Won't have to worry about the wing leader because Inferno 4 is just going to be able to take it out really easily. It's entrenched, can't hit the base, but at this point it's hitting 4. It's got 5, 6. It can really take out anything that's in any vehicle that's going to be in space. But Aaron is already sitting at 20 damage. Again, game 2 here, round 2 of Game Ogres, Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown. We have Aaron with his Thrawn blue, Dylan with the Leia red. Yeah, 13 minutes left in the round. Dylan's looking really, really strong here. Choosing to fatigue that wedge. And deciding what to do here. I mean, sitting on 9 resources, plenty of options. Already fatigued that wedge. Did a soft pass here.
Well, they had to do all the models. Yeah, they hadn't done the metal one.
Ooh, that is the Bounty Hunter crew. Ambush took that one out. 20. I mean, it's really looking like Dylan's going to take this here. There's just so much damage on Aaron's Capital City. Aaron does run a couple Sentinel ground units, so may be able to buy a turn. Oh, that's... Yeah, Dylan took it here. GG's to Dylan on that one with his Leia Red, taking out Dylan's Thrawn Blue here. Being able to see what that Thrawn was doing with being able to read the opponent's deck, and then Vigilance and Cunning being able to be played here. Paying the 6, no problem. GG's to both. Again, we're here at Game Ogre here in Southern California, Thousand Oaks, California. Dylan got 2-0 there with his Leia Red. Again, we're here round 2 for Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown. Gonna take a second here. There's gonna be 2 more rounds left. And we'll come back to more gameplay. All right, we're here at Game Ogre here I believe Thousand Oaks, California. I've been
Oak
saying
Park?
that. What is it?
Westlake.
Westlake.
Oak
I keep saying Thousand Oaks, and I think it's just a sign that I see. But I wanted to talk to Dylan here. We just finished round 2. We played against Aaron's. You were running Leia Red. He was running Thrawn Blue, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
You just dealt with 3 super laser blasts, I believe, in four turns. That was just insane to watch. And then I believe both of you were sitting on like 3 anywhere from 3 to 5 LP for like six rounds or for like 6 turns or something. So I was like, what? How much longer is this match going to go? Can you just talk about that match there? Because it was cool to watch a Leia Red do well against like a control deck.
Yeah, I mean, my basic strategy running Leia Red is just to kind of go wide and then play mid range once you get there, and then go wide mid range if possible. And that's kind of what I was able to do. Certainly that second game, and just start slowly, chipping away at him, 5 here, 5 there at a time.
It was interesting to watch. I mean, it's just a part of the game. You're choosing whether to take down their units or to pump in as much damage as possible. And considering you had a couple of buffs going on, it seemed to make sense to just, especially with Leia's ability to allow 2 to attack. Or once she hits, another rebel gets to just go. You're just churning in.
Yeah, you got to take the damage when it's there, especially against a control deck like that, where at any time you're going to get Super Laser Blast or Vanquished or Takedown or whatever it's going to be. I just play aggressive, and I take it when it's there.
Yeah, can you talk about that? I mean, me personally, I've yet to play against, because I'm more casual, so I haven't had to deal with going against Super Laser Blast as often. Can you talk to me like what's going through your mind? Because I did over here. In game 1, you were talking out like, I know you have it in your hand. Can you talk about, 'cause especially with a deck as aggressive as the Leia Red, like you were saying, can you just talk a little bit about like what's going in through your mind with opting when and when not to do your damage?
Yeah, it's stressful for sure. Especially when you know it's there. Like he goes and fetches it out of his discard, something like that. Like you're just like, okay, I've got a game plan for this. Anytime they've got 8 resources available, you have to assume it's there. And so that's where like kind of that aggressive take the damage when you can approach comes in. Go for that as much as possible. And then after that, it's just about like kind of slowly waiting it out. Soft pass if you need to, right? Force them to play it and then get stuff out after it. And then just kind of rebuild from there and kind of retool. But
can you talk about
the
soft pass? I think it's interesting in this game. I mean, I come from Yu-Gi-Oh!, a little bit of Pokemon, a little bit of MetaZoo, RIP, and what the soft pass is an interesting strategy here. I'm sure it's talked about a lot, but can you talk about your thoughts behind soft passing, when and when not to?
I think it's a really useful tool that you have in this game, and it's specifically, at least for me, for moments like that. Right? I know board wipe's coming. I don't want to go ahead and play a bunch of stuff that's just going to get wiped away before it does anything. Unless it's got like a good effect, like when played, I can go ahead and take advantage of that. But otherwise, just kind of being aware that is a tool you can have. It's not great all the time, but sometimes in a situation like that, it can be a little bit useful.
Yeah, and can you talk about just your gameplays or this tournament so far? Like, how do you feel that the deck is doing? Like, did you build this one specifically for the store showdowns? Is this a deck you've been running for a bit, or?
I've run it for 1 week before this, casual play, and then I kind of adjusted it before the store showdown. Cool. It's not really like the meta Leia list, at least not one that I've seen. I try to make it a little bit more mid-range, maybe even a little bit of stuff on the high end, just for longer matches. But it's just, try to be aggressive, try to go wide at the early game, get the heavy hitters out there, get a home one out there if possible, stuff like that at the end.
It was interesting watching, I think, at least because I peruse on, was it Star Wars Unlimited database, that website. You'll see a bunch of Leia. I've looked at a couple Leia decks that have dropped either Zeb or the big Gorilla unit. I believe that's what it's called.
Gorilla
the big
Attack
6-5.
Pod. Yeah.
So can you just talk about your decision to, I mean, obviously because the games are going to go a little bit late, did you decide to keep those just because more control is extending the play, or what was your thought there?
Yeah, that was my thought, was just to keep those. And like those Gorilla Attack Pods, especially against control decks, are so important, because if you've been able to do your job and you've been aggro in the early game, you got 15 damage on their base. So it's coming in readied. It's not like, it's got ambush, it can only attack a unit. Like, it's coming in ready, and then it can just, if you have General Dodonna out, it's getting a +1/+1 buff. If I've got, like that last game, I had Wedge out, so it's getting a +1/+1. So it's able to just swing for 5 the turn you play it.
Yeah, it's just because
it's
hitting,
fantastic.
What's its base attack? Is it 4?
It's 4.
Or 5?
Yeah, it's 4, and it's got grit. It's 4/6, and it's
Yeah.
got grit, so you can even like boost it a little bit if it survives a turn. But just to be able to know that you can play something, turn 5 because it only costs 6, and you can, most like if you're doing it right, you're going to swing for 5 that turn with it.
Yeah.
I mean that. It comes in huge late game.
It survives. It's like it's getting even more damage on it. So it's like whatever tries to run it over, eventually it's just like you're most likely going to take it out because it's such a big beefcake. And it's cool watching General Dodonna. I've noticed a lot of lists, even the Sabine list, are like going back and forth between them. So it's cool to watch to see some of these. I think maybe the first couple weeks of the game, some of these cards were being played, and then they got removed for something else. So it was just it's cool to watch like the back and forth of these cards. The Mace Windu play. What can you talk about? I feel like almost nobody. I think a lot of people have talked about Mace's like the cost is too high, or that's just me. I'm only speaking here in some of the local scenes. But can you talk about reasons you were playing Mace Windu?
Yeah, so I added him in actually. I added 2 copies in for this tournament specifically.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because if I was going to go up against another, say, aggro deck or something late in the game, that could turn the tide, right? Because he can come in and just start, taking out a bunch of their cheap units or whatever.
Yeah, it comes in with
something
ambush,
like that. Ambush, and then he readies if he defeats a unit. So you can kind of just keep rolling with him.
Yeah.
In this game, though, it was interesting because I knew he had the Super Laser Blast.
Yeah.
Used it. I was then able to just play Mace. I'm not using his ambush ability, which is really what you'd want to use him for.
Yeah.
But then I had him out. He had no turn, no play for the rest of that turn because he'd exhausted everything. So I knew I was going to get 5 damage at the start of the next.
Yeah, at the
you know what I mean?
5 damage
and
is
like,
5 damage.
Yeah, that's expensive. The 7 cost for Mace just to get 5 damage there. But if you've just been Super Laser Blast, like go ahead.
And you also play the You're My Only Hope. So there is that you have there are chances that the card is going to come out even at a lower cost. So it's just it fits really well in my opinion with the deck. So
that's partly why I did the Maces, the home ones, and the Zebs. I kept the Zebs in there because you can get them out for free. Wedge you get out for free. Like you're getting a lot of value out of that.
The Zeb. I took out the Zeb because I'm just like I don't know. I'd rather play maybe a Mace over that, but it's cool to watch like some of these cards coming in and out.
I resource him most of the time. Like I will be honest, most of the time he is a resource. But if you can just like flip him out there for free, that ability again, it helps if I'm going up against another aggro deck because he'll take something out because he's dealing 5 damage, and then he can deal 4 to something else. Yeah, you can really like take away a lot of what an aggro deck's trying to do.
Such a good utility card, like you said. No matter if it's a card you don't need, you just resource the damn thing. But there's multi use to it there, so it was cool to watch Zeb be played. Justice for Zeb. I was bummed that he only got like one shot in was it Ahsoka, the live action show? You saw him like one time, and I was hyped that I'm going to see him a couple more times. Never saw him again, even though he looked awesome in the show, dude. All right, Dylan, congrats on the win. Are you 2-0 right now?
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0. Okay, and there's 4 rounds, so good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to chat. Hopefully, we'll be able to chat with you here as the store champion.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Thanks so much,
man. Thank you. How do I pause this?
Awesome, bro. Hey, I'm gonna be at your house.
Oh yeah, on Friday, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, next Friday. Yeah. You have to go through my room, so I have to clean up my room.
Yeah, clean your room.
There we go. We are round 3 here. I'm gonna have to adjust these pictures in a second. Let me. Oh, sorry, Eric. Who is it that Dylan is playing? Nick, first name? Nick. Gotcha. Thank you. All right, go back at the top tables here at Game Ogres Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown. We have Dylan versus. Sorry, what was his name again? I just forgot. Nick. With Nick and Dylan here, we got obviously Dylan playing Leia Red, and then Nick with Boba Green. Cool to see a Boba deck. Obviously, Boba's probably one of the more, if not the meta deck of the format so far. Renthry and Bentic already taken out here. Got a 7th Fleet Defender already on board. Boba using that that crazy resourcing ability of its. Being able just to ready another resource after already it being used is filthy work. Spark of the Rebellion. That's the card. That's the one of the new. If you pay attention to market price about some cards, that is one of the cards you've seen shoot up in price. I mean, to be able to look at your opponent's hand for one and then just discard one from it is, again, really strong. Which you're getting hand info plus being able to discard like a problem card. That's got Nick with a Bosk out here. And we're here. Oh, nice. Being able to, and that was just what we were talking. I was talking about with Nilin. You're my only hope card. You're playing some of these 5, 6, 7 cost cards. It doesn't matter. You're able to, what you're able to whip out is really awesome. Yo, what up, Ryan? Got Ryan, the Ryan Tortolano out here in chat. Appreciate you, Ryan. Alrighty, here we got Nick with 2 Bobas out now. Yeah, appreciate it, Ryan. And you already know I was showing you some of the work with the. It's funny, Ryan actually helped me like just pick some of the stuff for the looks of the stream. So Bosk here, a little 5-dropper ambush. When you play, you can deal 2 damage to a unit. Filthy work. Dylan does have his layout already. 4 damage done to it. It's no good to me. Dead, exhausted unit. Dylan has initiative here. I mean, Nick is looking good sitting here with his leader deployed, another Boba Bosk. Really strong board. If I'm not mistaken, he used his energy conversion unit. Here we go, the Gorilla Attack Pod. Not enough damage has been done, so it will come out fatigued, but it's got grit. Oh, recruit.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. Question is, are we doing player place or are we doing
Yeah, recruit search. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it, and then draw it. There goes the gorilla unit. Just to look at hand here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Dylan has 9 LP left on that. Yeah, it's just an insane board right now. Nick is going to take game 1 here. Again, we're here at Game Ogre for their Star Wars Limited Store Showdown. We're in round 3. Moving on to game 2 here between Dylan and Nick. We got Dylan again playing his, obviously piloting the Leia Red. Nick playing Boba Green with the Energy Conversion Lab. So 25 instead of 30, but you got to see, I mean, it was really, it got really aggressive fast. Plus, being able to ready up your resources again from to further extend your plays. It's just, it's not the only thing that makes the Boba deck really strong, but it's definitely a strong part of it. Yeah, Nick playing some pretty standard stuff. It's cool to see the resupply and the recruit in here. Obviously has access to Vader, so I'm excited to see a Vader pop out. Got game 2 here coming up. Not sure if players sided or not. They do have their side deck available to them, so I'm curious to see what options will be made. Yeah, Nick's sideboard is pretty good. And we have, it's going to be the Mace Windu promos here. Going to be is what's up for grabs. Everyone who participated got a takedown promo. It's like a hyperspace looking promo. Looks awesome. Any of the promos that have come out for the game have been really great. Like the weekly store promos look awesome. A couple of them are hollow. Plus the marking on the Mace Windu just looks awesome. Deciding to hold on to 2 of those You're My Only Hope cards. Looking like Nick is going to mulligan here. Love the sleeves Nick is running here. I'm a big fan of the outer sleeve for your sleeve. As we all know, most branded sleeves aren't exactly the best. Dragon Shield figured let's remedy that by getting a sleeve for your sleeve. A nice clear see-through matte back sleeve. Benthic 2 tubes here. First opening for Dylan. And that droid over here by Nick being able to take a look at Dylan's hand. What's the name of that? Viper Probe droid. Dylan does have initiative. Gonna be hitting for 4 here. Yep. Nick opting to take out the fleet commander. Medal. Oh, it was Medal Ceremony he was holding on to. Okay. Always interested to see how players utilize the Medal Ceremony. Makes sense to just play whatever attack, just play it to get the 1/1. Some hold out until they're able to attack with 2 or more, but I mean, the Bentic 2-tube is going to be a good play long term. Being able to give raid 2 to other red units seems like a pretty good idea no matter what's going on. Okay, so Nick did side in. Was able to take a look at Nick's side deck here. Star Viper. While you have initiative, this unit gains Restore 2. That's just a good option because he knows he's playing against a layer red, which is a really aggressive attack here. Or does a lot of damage, so he knows he's going to have to be re-up in that base HP. I mean, Nick's bases are already taking 9 damage. No damage done yet to Dylan. Really pushing the pace here. Like we just talked about him. That's what his deck is for, is just to really opt for doing as much damage early game as possible. He's already thought of his late game cards. Or late game plays. Nick here has a one Gamorrean Guard Air on board. 4/4 Underworlds. And he controls another one of those yellow units that gain Sentinel. Or a resupply? Or no, that was a recruit. Dylan has initiative here. They're both, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, setting up 5/5. He has the option to deploy the Leia. Oh, that's the Spark of the Rebellion. 2 cost. Look at your opponent's hand and ditch one. Opting to ditch the Overwhelming Barrage. 5 drop. Give a friendly unit 2/2 for this phase, and it does damage equal to its power divided among the units you choose. Really insane card. Great Imperial card. And Nick opting to take out the Fleet Lieutenant. That's the 5. 23 to base. Believe he's done 10 total damage here to Dylan. Opting to just do the extra 1 damage. For base, Metal Ceremony, giving it a +1. Really pushing in damage here at this point. Because the Rebel Assault gives +1 to 1 Rebel unit, and then another Rebel unit immediately gets to attack with another +1. It's a 1 cost Leia ability. A little bit better because it's giving the Rebel units an extra +1 on their damage. But Nick did deploy his Boba Fett here. Or last turn, so Dylan does have initiative. 14 damage here, the Leia does have the 1/1 from the Metal Ceremony, so it's going to be hitting for 3, 4, 5. Already 19 at base. Oh, yeah, Steadfast Battalion is going to be able to do another +2 because Nick does have a leader unit deployed. That's how he was able to take out that Leia. Surprise strike attack with a unit for +3 on this attack. Filthy. Boba just as aggressive. I mean, it seems like it has all of the other strategies that the other decks in this meta right now can play, and they just seem to be all compiled into one with Boba. Really strong. If anything, is getting stronger next format too. Nick did take game 1, so Dylan does have to get this here to keep going. He is 2-0. Dylan does have the initiative. He does have two of those restore to Star Vipers here. He's got a Boba Steadfast Battalion deployed. Or Boba Leader deployed Steadfast Battalion. Oh, for a cause I believe in. I believe that's... No, he plays the 1. Is able to do the 4 damage, 3 damage to base. Because it's for every rebel card. Or not rebel, I believe it's heroic. Whatever that beige symbol is, or beige. And he's and able to rearrange the 4 cards and as he pleases. Can ditch if they choose to, but deciding to just keep all 4. Taking 20 damage here, 24. Dylan's having 6 more, so got 5, 10, 15, 20, 22. Dylan just needs to do 3 more damage. Yeah. Yeah, GG's to Nick here taking the 2-0 victory. And round 3 against Dylan with Boba Green. Being able to restore a lot of the LP on attack was pretty significant because it seemed like Dylan might have been able to take that game a little bit earlier, but with those Star Vipers being able to restore 2 on the attack, Dylan wasn't able to get any space units deployed. Advantageous or it worked out for Nick to be able to extend the game, restoring 2 every other chance he got. Great sideboard. I'm not too sure if that card is just dealing with that. But GG's to Nick taking that game. Didn't even figure out if he wants me to put his deck list up here. I'm gonna talk to Nick, see if he wants to be able to chat for a little bit. Again, we're here. My name's John, here at Game Ogre in Southern California for their Star Wars Unlimited store showdown. We just saw Nick with Boba Green take out Dylan's Leia Red. Not surprised to see Boba doing well. It's a good deck, good leader, really aggressive. So it's one of the premier decks. It's probably going to get better moving forward. Yeah, that's round 3. We have one more round here before we're going to crown the winner. I'm gonna see if I can get Nick to chat for a little bit here, but I'll be back in a minute. Thanks for anybody who's watching. Shout out Ryan. Ryan did help me design the look of the stream, so I appreciate that, homie. I don't even think I knew that the game was coming out. I believe Ryan was the one that told me there's a Star Wars game coming, so it's been a real treat to see this game play out. It's really fun. Game Ogre does have weekly casual events going on. The sealed events happen when scheduled. A great community. A lot of people travel out here to play Star Wars amongst other games. But anybody here in Southern California who can make the drive out to Game Ogre, please do so. A lot of players here. It's a pretty. It's obviously pretty competitive. Great group of players who are out here playing. Everyone takes the time to help those who need the help. Explain what they need to explain. It's a great game so far. Great atmosphere surrounding Star Wars Unlimited. Couldn't ask for anything. Couldn't ask for something better from Star Wars. So it's cool to see that extended here to the TCG game. But again, I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to see if I can get Nick to talk a little bit about how that match went for him, and then we'll come back with round 4. So I'll be back in a minute. Thanks.
sort of get it. I sort of get
All right, we're here with Nick, who just took who just took his game 3. Are you 3-0 right now?
Yeah.
3-0. Awesome. 3-0 right here. We're in third round of 4 here at Game
Yeah.
Ogre for their store showdown, Star Wars Unlimited store showdown. I just wanted to talk. Obviously, Boba Green, one of the meta decks.
Yeah.
How do you like the way that deck is performing in this store showdown?
I have been playing a lot of Boba Green, especially after I got the Invaders.
Yeah.
It plays really well against like most of the metagame right now. It struggles a bit against control for sure, but with like you got to sideboard in like Spark of Rebellion for that. And,
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it works, but it can really blow out like a lot of decks.
Yeah, I mean, can you talk? Have you changed the deck a bit as you go per events, or has this been like your mainstay for the most part?
Yeah, so since the last store showdown, I actually got in the finals after top cut.
Oh, nice.
But I lost the finals game. Oh, I was also a little tired, but because I didn't have enough space units.
Oh,
So
got you. Yeah.
I put the Consortium Star Viper in the sideboard.
Oh, got you. Okay. Can you talk a little bit about your sideboard? Is that designed to counter anything specifically, or is it just a catch-all?
Yeah, so the 3 Consortium Star Vipers are sided in versus aggro. Versus aggro, I just set out all my ramp cards because those versus aggro, you really just got to control the board, and if you play a resupply, you're losing that.
Yeah, because it was crazy to see. I'd say even like 2 or 3 turns earlier, if you didn't have that Star Viper, you probably would have lost. But to see you, I think you had gained at least 6 base LP back at one point. Like it was like
Actually,
it put in work.
I don't think I gained a lot of life points off of that.
Okay.
Because I never really had the initiative because it was like Leia.
I keep forgetting you do need the initiative.
Leia often has the initiative.
Yeah.
So, but just having like a 3-mana 3/3 in the air, especially versus like red 3, you can ECO that if like Sabine's playing like red 3, which is like the main thing I'm worried about, or the A-wing.
Oh yeah, because the A-wing is only cracking back for what was it 1?
Yeah, 1.
Yeah, it's like a small little thing.
So you got the those guys versus aggro, and in the main board the 3-mana 3/2 shielded.
Yeah, that was really good. Can you talk? Can you talk about what have been like your more? Yeah, are you having any trouble? I mean, because Boba Green, I mean, is probably one of the more meta decks in here. Is there anything you think you're struggling against so far? Is there anything?
I was really worried about that. My first game was versus Iden Blue.
Yeah.
And I was really worried about that, but I got really lucky in that they only got 1 like vigilance, and I was able to discard it off of my Spark of Rebellion.
Oh, gotcha. Can you speak a little bit more about
my
why the Iden is giving, aside from the vigilance? Because I believe more Iden Blue, or is it Iden Green? I can't remember.
Mostly Iden Blue.
Iden Blue is being.
Like control decks in general really hurt Boba Green because the problem with Boba Green, like you get a lot of cards on the table, but then you don't end up often having a lot of cards in your hand.
Yeah.
So they can definitely like stall you. If you stall out, then you're gonna lose.
Got you.
Which is why I'm playing 3 Spark. I was just gonna talk about my sideboard.
Yeah, no,
I
go
got
for it.
3 Spark of Rebellion in my sideboard, 3 Consortium Star Vipers, and then my remaining 4 cards. I have 3 what's the 5-mana take control of a card? It's like
Oh, and it's not entrenched. It's that
Traitorous.
Traitors. There we go. Yep.
Because you can steal their 3-cost cards. Like, so if they wing lead or something, you can Traitorous that.
Yeah.
So it's often game over if you do that against a lot of decks. And then my remaining 1 card is Change of Heart. I put it in there. It's sometimes useful versus Luke or Chirrut because you can like steal like if they put some XP on something.
Yeah.
Like if they get like 2 XP on Yoda from like attacking with it, or you can steal it. Or if they've got like a 6/7 Luke on the table and they're expecting to heal 3 off of that effect, you can steal it for the turn, which can often just win the game.
Yeah. No, it's been. Have you played a Luke deck here today so far? Or no.
No.
No,
But
okay.
I've played Luke decks in past
Yeah, in
events.
the past. And then how many Sword Showdowns have you done so far? Because I think the last 2 months have been like a good handful here in like
This is
Southern
actually
California.
only my second one.
Oh, okay, okay.
My other one was last week.
Oh, which store was that one at?
Hidden Fortress.
Oh, okay. You were at Fortress. Okay, yeah, that one I played and I got
I
scraped.
was in the finals.
Oh, were you? Oh, what did you play in that one?
I was still on Boba Green, but
So Boba Green.
so yeah, my only change since then was removing the 3 Bodhies out of the sideboard for 3 Star Vipers,
Got you.
and -1 Bosk in the main board for +1 Steadfast Battalion.
Any reason why you took out the Bodhi?
You don't really want to play that on 5 mana, even against control decks, because also sometimes like the problem, like it costs 1 more than a Spark of Rebellion, and against control that 3/3 body isn't gonna do a lot.
Okay.
And you'd rather like if they have an Avenger in your hand, and then you can't get that discarded off of Bodhi Rook, but you can get that discarded off of Evil Ace Spark of Rebellion.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's pretty okay. Yeah, I'm just learning. Like, I think I've only played maybe. Actually, I've played a handful of times, but like watching the competitive versions of the decks come out has been pretty impressive. Do you think you're going to continue to play, or are you excited for anything from the new set for Boba Fett in particular, or?
Yeah, from the new set, there's these. They just got released like yesterday, but like for example, the Smuggle card.
Oh
that
yeah.
lets you look through the hand and discard a card. That is going to be amazing.
That's pretty. It's a pretty insane card because it's a 4/4, right?
No, it's the 2/3 for 2.
Oh, okay, got you.
But you can smuggle it out for 4 mana.
Yeah. Ugh.
And I'm also excited for, even though it's a double cunning card, so I'd have to pay 4 for it.
Oh.
Like I feel like I'm definitely going to test out Called Adventure because
Which is that one?
it's like it returns one of your units to your hand and then you play it right back.
Oh, gross.
So
okay.
it's super good in Boba Cunning.
Yeah, you know,
Like,
100%.
You can replay, and it's normally like 2 mana. So
Yeah.
I would even play it for 4, like in Boba Green maybe. I was considering that, but like in Boba Cunning, you can replay that Bodhi, you can replay that Cantina Bouncer. Really good.
No, yeah, because that's
or Mercenary Company or something.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's intense. Yeah, because that set is I think is going to be like a good ramp up for a few decks, and then just make Boba even just a little bit better than it already is.
So for in terms of Boba Green though, like you could play it on your Fire Spray too, because it'll come in ready, so you can attack if you already attacked with it. You can attack again. So I was thinking about that. It might be like a little useful. Another card, I don't know how you pronounce it, like McClunky or something.
Yeah.
Like you can return Greedo to your hand, or just like a lot of cards in your deck are Underworld, so just
a chunk of them. Yeah,
that 3 extra damage can be pretty useful.
Yeah. No, it's exciting. I mean, that set comes out, I believe, in July.
Yeah, I think it's in July.
In July, okay. Are you gonna pre-order a bunch or?
I'm gonna go to the pre-releases.
Yeah.
But I am probably not gonna do much like pre-ordering.
Because I know I meant to ask Dylan or other players, but considering the game is like hard to come by, did you put it together with sealed product or did you just like order singles?
No sealed. I only like. We didn't actually open any sealed product. We just ordered everything off of TCG Player.
Oh, gotcha. That's cool.
Like the few packs we've got are from like draft events or like just like winning events.
That's been. Which is your main like?
This is like the main story.
Main story,
just because it's
cool.
the closest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we've also been to a few others like pretty far away. But we went to like Emerald Nights. With
that was far.
With my dad's friends.
Yeah.
For May 4th, because then we went to the movies like right after.
Oh, no, that is pretty far. But I mean, it's been great to watch. Do you think you're going to be hitting more since this is only your second store showdown? Are you gonna keep trying to hit up as many?
I heard there was one in June, so I'll try to go to that one.
I believe that's Murrieta it's Cardboardia. That one's like I think is a 5K or something like that. I know they have.
I think there was one in June. I think I saw it listed on the storage locator. I'm gonna have to. I believe there's one in Pasadena and then there's one in Murrieta. I think are the last two. I'm not too sure, but I just know that they've been popping up more and more. I don't know. I'm going to look into it.
Yeah, no, of course. All right. But again, Nick, congratulations for your win.
Thank
You're
you.
3-0 right now, so good luck to you in round 4. Hopefully because you made it to the finals at Fortress.
Yeah.
So
hopefully I clinch my final game.
Yeah. All right, GG's, man. Thank you for your talk. Appreciate it.
Thank
Take
you.
care, y'all. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And I'm also, like, I've actually been doing...
All right, we're back here in the finals. Nick with his Boba Green. I'm going to pull up. Can I see it? And then Eric with Palpatine Blue. Yo, it was just the finals, Ryan. Nick, I believe they should be both undefeated right here. Yeah, both players right here are going to be 3-0. So first and second. This is honestly my first time watching a Palpatine deck play. Gone against plenty of the Bobas. So Nick's got his Seasoned Stormtrooper out 2-3. When you control 6 or more resources, this unit gets +2. Boba is ready to resource for him. Already has played a Waylaying. Six damage already done to Eric's base. Here we're game 1 of 3 for Game Ogres Store Showdown Finals. Boba's out. 36-9. First Vader I've seen today. That's cool. Vader out 7-7. Obviously has ambush, and then when play, you search the top 10 cards of your deck for any number of villain units. Combined cost of 3. I believe it's 3 or less. And play each of them for free. Super Laser Tech. So when Super Laser Tech goes, it's just going to become a resource. Very Palpatine. 6 of 10. Is Nick gonna epic action with his energy conversion lab to whip out? What's he got? A Steadfast Battalion 5/5 has overwhelm. Then on attack, if you control a lead unit, give a friendly unit +2 for the phase. Eric has deployed Palpatine here. Vader taking out that Boba, drawing a card here off of. Yeah, Patrol V-Wing when play, draw a card. Yeah, the showcase pops looks really nice. Yeah, that Palpatine on attack. When you defeat another friendly unit, you deal one, or if you do, deal 1 damage to a unit and draw a card. Cool, and we're seeing a sideboard here. See, Eric has a restock, devotion, make an opening, 1 command, 2 vanquish. And we are in game 2 of the finals here at Game Ogres, Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown. Got Eric with his Palps Blue, and then Nick with his Boba Green. Both 3-0. Let's see who takes this here. Eric took game 1. It's crazy to watch the Palps just whip out. I mean, you're drawing so much. Yeah, watching the Palps just snatch that Steadfast Battalion was pretty crazy. He built his board up so quick. I think Eric took, up until that point, I think maybe 12 damage. It was crazy. Just that big board he established and took it. Our game 2 here for Game Ogres finals right now.
There's 44 minutes left. 44 minutes.
We just saw, this is the first time seeing Eric on the top table. We just watched Nick take out the that layer red deck, Dylan's. I didn't think I was going to see a Palp deck here in the finals against. I figured it would just be Boba Sabine or Boba, maybe a Boba Vader. I would like to. I don't think I've seen a Palp taking a store showdown. I need to follow up on some of the 5K events going on, even on the East Coast. Just curious to see if any of those 1, 2, 5K tournaments, if all of them were store showdowns. I'm just curious which ones took specific, like which deck specifically took a store showdown. Because I saw there was like a layer red that recently, I believe, happened in Florida. It was a 5K. I'm not sure if it was a store showdown type of event. I mean, not that it really matters. I'm sure there was, I think there was like 40, 50 people there, so it's a pretty good showing for a Leia deck. At least from the little bit I've looked in, I think it's. I mean, I feel like that's the average for some of these bigger, like 5K ones. I think it's like 40, 50 people. Nico coming up with that store ship trooper. Did I pronounce that right? Oh no, season shore trooper. Yeah, then Inferno 4 was able to reorganize that top of his deck. At the top 2. Two damage so far in Capital City. Palp's already at 5 resources. Eric going in here for 2 damage with Inferno 4. Got a recruit here. Search top 5 of your deck for a unit, reveal it, and draw it. Forget that's a 1-drop. That's not bad. Eric paying 3 for a ground unit. Which one here? Oh no, for an event. Power of the Force there, defeating the... Or the opponent chooses what they defeat, so... Boba and a Greedo. Both setting up the 6 resources. So I need to put audio above there, but and here's this game 2 of the finals here at Game Ogres Star Wars Unlimited Store Showdown. Cool to see a Pops again. I'm gonna keep saying it. I mean, I haven't seen too many Pops in the finals so far. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong. Is that Fet's Fire Spray by Nick? Yeah, fast fire spray. That's 6 cost unit when played if you control Boba Fett or Django. Comes in ready. Leader or unit too. Like it's pretty cool. Yeah, Nick had kind of gone over with some of the cards he's looking forward to with the Boba deck. What was that? Oh yeah, no good dead exhausted unit, and that unit can't ready this round or during the regroup. Pretty good. General with Sentinel is gonna get +4/+4. So now it's a 6/6. Does get to see the hand though, but five, six, seven, eight. It's crazy how many of the defeated units have become resources for Palp. That's why I love this freaking game. Like how on theme is that with Palpatine? Sacrifices whatever he needs to for his own good. I like that the leader's gameplay really does kind of mirror stuff that happens in the movies or the shows or just the property in general. I wonder if no, that's just the hyperspace hall. Oh, it's already defeating it with Vanquish. Like, no thanks. I don't want to deal with Fet's fire spray. A jet choke would deal 2 damage to a friendly ground unit and 2 damage to an enemy ground unit. Thought I had it. Hissing sound in here. All right. Man, Eric's sitting on that Avenger already. Well, not already, but look how many resources that Palpa's been able to net him. Oh. Okay. Yeah, yeah. All right, there was some little bit of lag on the camera, unfortunately, but Eric did take it there with this pretty. It was pretty cool to watch Pout play. I mean, I had mentioned before, it played the same way the character does. Like, it just didn't matter. It was sacrificing some of its units. They just became resources for them, and it was really cool. I am going to talk to Eric. I'm going to try to get Duck Profile. I need to figure out, based on the location I am, how I can get a top-down view of his deck. I'm not sure if it's 100% possible, but I'll figure something out. Congrats to him. He took the finals. I'm going to try to get a picture of all four at some point. But I believe it's going to be Palp. There was a Palpatine deck. Going to be the Boba. And I'll figure out who the other two, but I'm going to talk to Eric here in a couple minutes to go over his really cool was it Palpatine Blue? So that was really cool. I haven't watched one play too much, so it was cool to watch it play out like that. Let me go get Eric here. Be right back.